I also advocate halting any kind of entertainment expenditures. Entertainment should be free and should be a constructive behavior and constructive activity. As I mentioned before in my previous show, this is not the case right now, and it is a system that is wasteful of energy, resources, time, and it should be in the very core reformed. It should be changed very dramatically for it to be what it should be. It should be a system that provides people with a benefit, not as it is today, something that harms populations and harms societies. Another point that I and my show advocate is to stop paying for communication services, including cell phone and telephone services. These are necessary in today's society, but not mandatory. These are highly sought after and convenient technologies that should be used, developed, and widely accepted, but should not be the for-profit industry that it is today. I will, throughout the many shows that are to come up, discuss why this is so, and I will back all of my arguments up with hard data, facts, and studies. But very basically, broadly, communication services are a necessity in today's society that should be charged just like public education should not ever be charged or involved with the monetary system. It creates a divide between the haves and have-nots, to where the people that have not cannot communicate as much with others, and the people that have communicate with others freely and openly. That is in its core a very unfair and selfish situation where some can communicate and some cannot, or can but at a very severely restricted speed and restricted reach capacity. This, by many moral and logical standards, is not fair nor reasonable, and it is a disgusting situation that needs to be ousted as soon as possible. Communication is a human need in its very basic core, and it should be allowed for everyone equally without limit. There are many ways of renouncing this system. To try to stop such a system is a bit more difficult than producing energy or collecting and using water, but it is possible, and the first step is to refuse to pay for such service. How can you refuse to pay without shutting yourself off from the world? Demand more services for less. And if everyone were to go to the absolute cheapest service provider, in eventuality there would be one that would emerge that is free, as many other technologies have, such as internet service, GPS service, and the like. One last area that I wanted to discuss about the few points and the few things I advocate on this radio show is the method of my arguments. The methodology, the way that I present my ideas are quite unique, and it's like this. I do not claim to be the person that has gone off the grid and I'm on top of the hill looking at everyone else with pity and a little grin on my face, telling them to follow me, follow my way to get to be like me one day. No, I do not claim to be some type of leader that has made it to the top, to the summit of the mountain, and is directing everyone else and telling them how to do it. I'm not a how-to get to a certain place or do a certain thing type of person. My approach is different. My approach is eye to eye level. I talk to everyone at eye level. My approach is one of being in the trenches with you together, in the battle together, learning together, advancing together. I'm the type of person that offers solutions, offers ideas. I don't show you the way, because my way, it is not the only way. There is no one way. There are many, many paths to the same or even many good outcomes. There is not even one goal. There are many. My approach, I believe to be quite rare. It is one that's right in the crowd with everyone else walking. That is not one up on top, at the front, leading the pack. It is one in the pack, going through the struggle with everyone else just the same, and learning, teaching, and struggling with everyone else. And I believe this to be a unique and very, very successful and effective method to accomplish things. Accomplish things as a group, accomplish things the way they're supposed to. Learning and taking advice, taking criticism, debating, and learning how to take constructive criticism
many
believe
to have
all the answers, and they have very little patience for people that have opposite or different ideas, different methods. And this is just not the way to expand and learn and evolve and do things the best way that is
possible at the moment.
There is no best way for anything.
But perhaps
there is a best way at a given moment with given resources, given skills, and given conditions. This is my approach, an approach of learning, an approach of group contribution, a leaderless approach, an approach of collaboration. Call it what you want, but it is just my beliefs. A very effective and
collaborating and
learning approach. One that includes all types of people, one that takes advantage of many different situations and many different kinds of information and environments, and thrives in all kinds of situations, environments, people, ideas, you name it. Many systems out there are just solid as rocks. They claim to
have reached
a certain level that it is very difficult to improve or top or even impossible. And that is just not a possibility in my mind. That is just
a
very far off fantasy where somebody has a roadmap for everybody else to follow. Everyone else has a different perspective to life, a different set of experiences that make it very difficult, if not impossible, to follow a rigid way or a methodology to a certain goal.
I try to stay away from that.
Just to wrap it up, the principle I use to advocate my points, this last point I just made about being a very flexible, leaderless
movement.
2, I advocate decentralization of electric power and the abolishment
of
entertainment with payment and the abolishment
of communication services
with payment.
Both entertainment and communications should be provided free of charge. I also advocate for
the decentralization of
water services. I believe all these points
to be very important and very critical to human survival and human capability and growth and expansion. And I believe these 4 main areas to have enough arguments to discuss for a very long time, perhaps more than the many shows that I
plan to have ahead.
For anyone that may be listening to contribute in one way or another, post comments, and I hope to continue to attract your attention. We'll see you next time. This is episode 6, August 20th, 2015. This is Hector Vladimir, and I will catch you hopefully next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Please look for the next episode soon, and please ensure to share this with your friends and family. And please like this content and subscribe as a sign of support and for me to continue to provide this type of content to more people like you. Lastly, if you wish to support this content further, please visit the links provided in this publication. Thank you.
Soundtrack was Drama Salute, composed by John Williams, released in 1992.